Hey guys, what's up? It's JR Cuber. In this video, I'll be reviewing the Latch Cube. So, in the video where I showed all the cubes I got at Worlds, I asked you guys which cubes you wanted to see a review on, and I told you that the top 3 would be reviewed. I've tallied up all the votes, and the Latch Cube has come out as the one of the most highly voted cubes to review. The Latch Cube is pretty pricey. It's about $32 at HK Now Store. However, it is out of stock at HK Now Store, and the only place I could find it was Amazon, but it was 53 bucks. So I think your best bet if you want to get this is to do what I did, which was to trade for it or maybe buy it at a competition. Now the turning on this cube is really quite interesting. It's not really how it actually performs, but the way it actually turns. You can see that there are arrows on all the faces, and this basically tells you which way you can turn the cube. So on this side, the arrows are going counterclockwise, so I can turn the face counterclockwise, but I cannot turn it clockwise. I can only turn it counterclockwise. Likewise, if you have arrows pointing clockwise, you can only turn clockwise. You can't turn counterclockwise. Because of this, you can get some internal bandaging. So, if you've got arrows pointing in 2 directions, you can't turn at all. And if you've got no arrows, you can turn in any direction you want. The actual turning quality when there are no arrows is really good. It's really effortless. As you can see, you can do double flicks, like, without even really trying. It's super smooth, and it just glides really well. When there are arrows, you can definitely feel a click. You can hear the click too. And that is just the latching mechanism inside, which latches the pieces in place so you can't turn it other than the direction of the arrows. And I'll actually show you how that works right now. So these little triangles right here is actually the mechanism. So you can see when you turn it, it'll turn properly. But you can see if you try to turn the other direction, it's not going to work. And here, this is the same thing except the triangle is just reversed, so you turn the other direction, and then you can't turn it the other way. So the actual clickiness of the cube depends on how many arrows you have on one side. So if you've got 2, it's a fairly moderate click. If you've only got 1, it's not really that noticeable. And if you have 4, you can really feel a click. And it's actually like 2 or 3 clicks. 1, 2, 3. And it's really noticeable while you're turning it. And it's actually kind of hard to turn when there's 4 arrows. It requires quite a bit more force. So as you might expect, this cube doesn't really corner cut. It'll go about 1/5 of a cubie. It'll cut that. It might even go more with some force, but it's not a speed cube. You're not going to speed cube it, so corner cutting isn't really needed. Same thing with lockups. Lockups, I haven't experienced any lockups because I don't speed cube it, and I've never really had a pop. These are pretty tight tensions. However, the cube feels really rattly and loose. You can hear that. And the pieces are just sort of loose inside there. The solve on this cube is quite interesting. It's not really a method. There is a method involved, but each solve is different, and each solve requires some problem solving because there's different cases that you can run into that there's really not an algorithm for, because the positions of the arrows are going to be in different places every time you solve it. So it requires quite a bit of thinking, and it takes a lot of time. If you guys want me to, I will post a solve. If you do want me to post a solve, also let me know in the comments what you would want me to talk about during that solve. So overall, the Latch Cube is really fun. It's extremely fun to solve. It turns actually really well. Corner cutting doesn't really corner cut. Pops and lockups don't really happen. I've never really experienced or needed any of these things because it's not a speed cube. So I really would recommend this cube if you can afford it or if you can find somebody who you can buy it off of at a competition. So that's all I've got to say on the Latch cube. If you like this video, give it a like. And if you haven't already done so, subscribe. It's free. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.